Hey, welcome back to the Skitch on Wheels channel. Today, here in the box, we've got Carpuride's latest 702 model. It's the Pro TPMS. So we all know the 702 and how many people have used that, tested it, tried it, and liked it. This is their latest version. So it comes with two Bluetooth connections, also an intercom system that you can use with it, and then the TPMS stands for Tire Pressure Monitoring System. So we got a lot to go over here. Let's get started. Stick around to the end of the video. We're going to play a little game. I'm going to play a guitar lick, and the first one of you that identifies what song that came from, I'm going to send you a Skitch on Wheels sticker. So stick around, let's have a little fun. Before we head out to the garage and install this new tablet, I'm going to hit a couple key points. When it comes to the new 702 Pro Plus, as we talked about, it does have the tire pressure monitoring system, the dual Bluetooth and an intercom and that, but it also has a barometer and has a compass with it as well. Another key feature with the unit is that it's waterproof and can be ridden in all kinds of weather conditions. The 702 stands for 7-inch screen, and that's the one that I'm testing. They also have a 502 that's a 5.5-inch screen. And like most of these, you can wear riding gloves and be able to activate the screen. The unit does need to go through Bluetooth on your phone, and it does have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto capabilities. If you think that the Carpuride unit is one that you're going to purchase and you want to save 30%, just go to the description, click the link, and then put Skitch on Wheels in the coupon code, and it'll save you 30%. And then I get a little bit of a commission from that as well, just to help support the channel. So let's go ahead and open the box, see what we get, and then head down to the garage and put it on the bike. Let's take a look inside the box. These are always really packed nice in here. And here we have the screen, the 7-inch screen. That's really big. Our power cord. And there's our USB adapter. More power cord. This is the one that connects directly to the battery. You got your black and your red line there that can go to the battery. We're not going to use that today though. I'm going to go into a USB port. Looks like we have our mount here. Typical U-bolt mount. Goes to the handlebars. And then the secondary mount, if you want to use it, this goes to the handlebars as well, but that's really small. Maybe it goes to something else. So this secondary type mount goes to a smaller bar. So it's a different way to mount. Some people have a crossbar on their handlebars, and that could mount on this. Here we got the tire pressure monitoring system. So those will go on the tire pressure stems, some more nuts and bolts, and instructions. So if you're into easy installations, it doesn't get any easier than this Carpuride. Let's get a little closer look. I replaced the U-bolt with my own ram mount, and I can show you here what that looks like. So as you can see, we've got a little ram mount here, a little, 2-3 inch extension. That seems to do everything I need it to do as far as getting this in the proper position. And then here, this is the Suzuki's 12 volt power source. I just have a plug in there that's USB, and this is off of the new Carpuride. So we just plug that in and we got power to the unit. Now I will say that it did come with a full power you could put on the battery, but I honestly don't like hooking things straight directly to the battery if I can use a 12 volt accessory port. Let's talk about what this Carpuride unit is. Many of you with your cell phones, when you get into your car or your truck, it automatically connects through either Apple CarPlay or Android Auto to your infotainment center. And then the inside of the car becomes your cell phone. You can make phone calls, you can message, listen to your music. There's a lot you can do, even navigation. So that's what this unit is, except for the motorcycle. Very similar. So we're going to get into this and see what this unit actually does. Since I put this unit on, I thought when I opened up the package, you know, a 7-inch infotainment screen was going to be too big for this dual sport bike. But when I've put it on, it fits pretty perfect. It comes right over the top of my bag here, my tank bag. Good size. I have good visibility over the top to the screen, so it clears everything. So maybe this 7-inch model is what I needed. Now we're going to attach the front and the rear wheel tire pressure monitor. And what it's telling us to do is go in here to mountings. And we've got a forward and a rear wheel. And so we'll go ahead and attach those now. I went ahead and tested it with the Lexan because I was getting readings that were off for what I thought was the tire pressure versus what the Carpuride was telling me from their tire pressure monitoring system. Now I know I have 22 in the front and 24 in the back, and I think this is a very accurate device. So let's power it all on here and see what it gets us. Let's go ahead and select mountings. That's pretty darn accurate. All right, that's surprising, okay? I've got 22.47 in the front and 24 in the rear. And I set it for 22 in the front and 24 in the rear, and it's 22.47 and 24.65. That's pretty accurate. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. We also have a compass up here, can tell you what direction you're going. And then we've got how high you are, what your elevation is. Here at Southern Indiana, we're at 330 feet above sea level. Now you can go through here and you can tell that the battery in the front's at 3 volts. The battery in the back's at 2.9 volts. Temperature of the tire is 27 degrees. The temperature in the rear is 26 degrees. So all in all, I'm glad I made that adjustment and just reset everything, because that's as good as it gets. I can't have any complaints about that. So let's go have a look. Let's get on the bike and let's go for a ride and kind of test it as we're moving. Out here riding in the Bluegrass Fish and Wildlife area, one of my favorite spots to ride. It's basically reclaimed land from the coal mines. It was a stripper pit. And so we're gonna stop here by one of the lakes and kind of go through the features of this Carpuride. Now what I will say is this fits in a great place for me. Again, I'm on a dual sport bike. I don't want a bunch of stuff up here. I don't have a windshield. I want the air to come through, hit me in the face. You know, I want to feel like I'm out riding a motocross bike. And so it's mounted down here lower, which is really nice. I can always just kind of gaze down and there it is. Now the camera might not show it well because the camera sits out a little bit, but yeah, I can see it easily. I do have to tilt down to look at it a little bit, but it's not something I'm always going to be looking at. I'm going to be looking out, riding, but it's right here where I need it. Just for an example, here's what the phone looks like compared to the Carpuride. I think this is where I want to go. Oh, foot traffic only. That is not where I want to go. Here's our pit right here, I think. Bird dog pit. Let's go back here. Yeah, but it's in a good position, you know. If I was on an ADV bike, would I want it mounted up here? Maybe, yeah, if I'm on the highway a ton, I guess, following directions. But right now, for what I'm going to use it for, down here is perfect. Out of the way, got this whole area open. I think we got some folks back here. What's this one over here? Well, it's busy too. Everybody's out fishing today. He's out on a boat though. So I bet I can pull up here and we'll go over some of these features. So let's go through this. Let's turn the bike on. Let's see how long it takes to come on. Typically what it's been doing is showing this Carpuride screen. You'll get another screen after this, and you'll think you're hooked up, but you really aren't. We've got the Bluetooth X there, and then what's going to happen is it's going to go off again and then turn back on. There we go. Now this is this map here. What is it? The Gia or whatever it's called. But I want to go to Google Maps. So we're going to go home. And I'm going to go to Maps. So now I'm in Android Auto, because basically that's my phone projection. Some other things on there, you know, and some things like Game Snacks. What's that? I don't have that. There's some things on here I might not have, and not everything's on here. But we're going to go up here. We're going to go to Google Maps, and we're going to test this. We're going to see how responsive it is. Okay, let's see. Kind of weird there. It looked like it was getting bigger. So it's not pinch. It's definitely just this button here goes smaller and bigger, but it does move around. And it is working with my gloves. Now let's see if it finds itself. There we go. So let's test. And let's go to Denver again. Always want to go to Denver. Yeah, that's pretty far. Let's try another one. There's a big military show this weekend at Camp Pendleton. There you are. Get out to Camp Pendleton Marine Corps. It takes a day and 5 hours. So that's pretty quick. So that's a Google Maps, just like you're all used to. No great shakes, but it works. It works fine. Okay, now if you want to get out of your phone and just go back, you can exit. Now you're in the Carpuride area. And now, you know, that Android Auto, that's where we go back to that area again. And when I push this, it's going to go back and show me my phone. But I don't want that. So we're going to go to exit. And of course, this is iPlay. This is Apple iPlay, Android Auto. So here we have audio output. Now, something this unit has is it has an intercom where if you have two helmets, you can go and talk to the person that you're riding with through the intercom. It goes through this unit to both intercoms, and it doesn't have to use your phone at all. There's also a Bluetooth connection where you can do it through your phone. You can also share the music if you have two communication devices set up or meshed together. It'll share the navigation turn by turn in the helmet. So a lot of good stuff here with this. Here's something that's new though, mounting, and I showed you that earlier. We've got our navigation here, our compass. I'm at 390 foot above sea level, 22 and 25 on my tire pressure. So that all comes in handy. You can watch that. It does have a spot for an SD card. If you want to download some maps, you can download maps. That way you're never out of GPS or out of track of where you're at. Settings, you know, language, systems, wallpaper, you know, all that kind of stuff. Wallpaper, Wi-Fi, general, Bluetooth. I don't go in there unless I have to, and I don't have to. Okay, so that's it for here. What's this? A little, oh, I think that's our sound. That's a little, yeah, equalizer there for sound. Now this is your voice and your media. Here, okay, now this, let's go home so you can see it though. Let's get out of here and go to Android Auto. So, and here's a different screen.
Tells you where you've been, where you came from. Tells you what you're listening to. A couple of the more common apps down here. And again, now I am in my Android Auto, so I should be able to do a phone call. Yep. And there's my recent calls, contacts, favorites. So be able to answer there. And dial a number. You go to more. There's voicemail. You want to dial a number. You can dial a number from here. Favorites, all that's on there. Down here, it tells you the time. At 5G, I'm not sure what the 3 is. Well, it went away. 3 messages. Okay, that's what it was. Those were work messages that popped up. Okay, so there's a little spot there that it gives you the messages, how many people are trying to get a hold of you. And we're going to adjust the brightness. And we can go full bright here. Now we can go down. Now what we're going to do, this little area here, it can read what the outside light is. And it'll make adjustments. So I imagine it'd be like this when it's really dark outside, and it'll be super bright when the sun's out. But we're going to go in and tell it to do that automatically, because right now I've been controlling it manually. We're going to turn that on. Well, it thinks we don't. Oh, there it is. See, did you see it come up? Yeah, it's getting brighter. So it's adjusting. It tells you how many volts it's pulling. Help. Thanks for using Carpuride products, problems. It just tells you to email support. Okay, thanks for the help. So if we sit back here and look, that's great. That's perfect right there. When I'm looking straight, this is about what I'm seeing, to be honest with you. It's just low to where I do have to look down to see it. I'm not going to be able to push buttons, fumble around, and look straight ahead, okay? I can make an adjustment, and I can put it up here to where I can see it, but I'm going to lose my control center here, and I don't want that. I like Suzuki's control center. Right down here is enough, because I'm not constantly on this thing. It's there when I need it. It'd be different if I was using the phone a lot, answering messages, using navigation the whole time. If I had a passenger and we were hooked up to the communication devices and we were fiddling, that's different. But I'm on a dual sport bike. I'm going to be going off-road. I'm going to be on-road too. But I'm just not going to want this thing bouncing out in front of me. And this is sturdy. It's on here just as much as the phone. Of course, there's a shock thing, absorber in this. And there's seems to be a little bit in that. But again, I'd rather look at this than this. This, I think, comes in around $300 with the discount. This comes in at about $1,200 with no discount. So I don't want it getting wet. I don't want it falling off. I don't want it getting dusty and dirty. This by far, and it actually is probably more protected based on this little bitty fairing up here. There you have it, the Carpuride 702 Pro Plus. So the Pro Plus means you get these extra communications, and then the TPMS, which is the tire pressure monitoring system. That's all from the Skitch on Wheels channel. Hopefully I gave you some insight in this Carpuride 702 Pro Plus TPMS. If it's something that you're thinking about purchasing, don't forget, if you go in the description, click my link, it'll take you to the web page and it'll already deduct 30%. So thank you again, and I'll see you in the next one.
Here we are at Name That Lick. So like I promised at the beginning of the video, and most of you have probably dropped off by now, let's be honest, But if you stuck around and you want to know what this lick is, if you know it, put it in the comments and I'll send you a Skitch on Wheels sticker if you're the first one. So there you have it, the first installment of Name That Lick. Whether there's a second one, who knows? But anyway, if you like motorcycle content and the stuff I've been making, please subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video.